At the FayWhat Show, we want to introduce you to interesting people that are important to our LGBTQ plus community, and today's no different. I am so excited about our next guests, and it's guests, not one, not two, pero tres. Three of them, all right? So the FayWhat Show did a story on the magical powers of this incredible Thrupple, and now I get to introduce this incredible relationship to you all right? They're Claire, Katie, and Justin. Welcome to the FayWhat Show.
Hi, thank you for having us. Hello.
Thank you for having us.
Hi. So I'm like totally fangirling over you kids because like I really thought that they used like the best Photoshop ever when they posted your pictures on Queerty. And then I started stalking each of your Instagrams, except the ones that were blocked. Please, let me in. And then I was like, oh my God, they look super pretty on this. But then I found out that Justin is like this famous actor. So I'm like, well, that fool probably knows how to filter every picture. So that must be what's going on. And then I see you three on my screen and you're super hot.
Oh, thank you. Right back at you.
It's a proximity filter. I look better standing next to these two.
He's modest.
No, that's important. That's important. Yeah, that's important. So we did a story right here on the FayWhat Show about the magical powers and how you said that the reason that you were all so lucky was because of your relationship status as a throuple. And I thought, oh my God, we have to explore this shit. I gotta get these kids on my show. And here you are. So Claire Thornhill, did I say that correctly? Right?
You did. Absolutely.
Okay. Katie Thrupple and Justin Thrupple. Okay, so welcome to the FayWhat Show. And so your story is so freaking interesting to me. And I may or may not have been part of a throuple once that went horribly wrong. And I ended up alone. Okay? Looking through the window during a rainy day with like tears going down my face. But obviously that is not how it turned out for you folks. And just seeing you and your story made me want to maybe revisit that idea because rent is very expensive here in Miami. And if there's three of us, then three of us can put in for the rent. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Our thoughts exactly.
So tell me why you think that you got more lucky, right? Because well, let's just say this. The story that we had done on the Thrupple was that they had won the lotto. They had won $1.something million, which is about $464,000 each of you. And you were quoted as saying that the Thrupple was the reason why you've had all this incredible luck. Was the lotto winnings the only lucky thing that happened?
No, the luck is kind of since we started believing in the feeling that we had. We've met almost 5 years now. 5 years.
The three of us have been together for 5 years now.
Three as 5 years now. Since we started believing in our love and our life and coming out.
And being open about it.
Being open.
Proud.
The list of things that have happened in our favor since that moment isn't just a slot machine win. It is an appearance on America's Got Talent.
I saw that. You were great, Justin.
Again, propped up by these two. I mean, if you have these two cheering in your corner, it was a good distraction method. So Again, it's a team effort, and we've seen a lot of things bend our way when we were originally nervous about how we would be received.
Definitely. I think once we started living our most authentic lives and being our most authentic selves and just, spreading the love and telling everybody, Claire is our fiance and we love her and she's family. And, I feel like other people really resonated with that. And they're like, oh, wow, so good things started happening ever since we came out. Basically, we came out publicly on America's Got Talent. They introduced us as a family, which was just, and everybody was so great about it.
So
and
cool.
Yeah.
And had you already told your family at that point?
Yes.
We had.
Okay, because I'm like, damn, that is the powerful coming out. I'm gonna come out in front of 8 million people.
We had a couple different levels of coming out because before AGT, I was on TikTok and somebody said, "Tell us a story that seems too unbelievable to be true, but actually is." And I said, "All right, here in a minute." I fell in love with a girl that I met outside a comedy club in 2005. But it turns out we grew up in the same city, in the same district, and just went to different schools. And it turns out we actually went to the same elementary school or preschool. Later, I went to college and met my friend Claire. She and I were good friends, though we never dated. Years later, my wife told me that she's bisexual and has a crush on my platonic friend from college, that I didn't date Claire. Now we've been together and we're engaged. And that was a minute. And that went like mega viral for TikTok. It had like 9 or 10 million views.
Yeah.
And people were like, this is what? And I was like, yeah, that's our story. And
oh my God! Well, I was gonna ask if it was you, Justin, who had made the proposal, and then it's like, yeah, I know a hot supermodel girl that could join our crew. I know. Here's Claire.
Well, Katie had been.
I was the one who
snooping.
I was the one who was like, who is this beautiful person that you're friends with on Facebook? I just love everything that Claire was posting.
We had never met
in person. And, but Justin and Claire have been friends for 20 years, and Justin and I have been together for 17 years. And I was just like, what? And Justin's like, yeah, it's just Claire. We've been friends forever, and she's amazing. And I was like, can we? I want to date her, please. And Justin's like, okay, well, I don't want to ruin the friendship, but
yeah, Claire was like Claire and I were buddies from college.
Yeah. We did radio together in college, and that's how we first met. And
how the hell do you guys do radio? Radio's for ugly people.
I love you.
I did it for 12 years. I'm saying,
radio used to be the only way you listen to music. And back then, she and I were on this a student-led radio station, and really it was an opportunity to get into music concerts. And she ran the music concerts, and I went to them. So when Katie was starting to be open with me about her sexuality, and she's like, well, really what I want is A, B, and C, and D. And I was like, you mean this one? And we joke because it's like we designed Claire out of an instruction manual of the perfect third to make.
It's like that movie Weird Science where they created this like the perfect person.
Except we're in our 30s and not two boys in our.
Yeah.
With underwear on your head. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's
that's incredible
very
because
magical.
when I first read the story, I thought to myself, look at Justin having his cake and eating it too, right? I automatically put it on him, and that's messed up of me to have done that as a woman, right? I should have given the ladies, as the power top, the power bottom that I am, I should have given you guys, that ability to do that. So ladies, do you consider yourself bisexual, pansexual? Everything that I've read about you kids, it's polyamorous.
Yes. Bisexual.
Yes, Claire and I are both bisexual. And Justin?
I'm currently heterosexual. I had done my own self-discovery and haven't found a bisexual side yet. But I've grown, there might at 50, might be the case. I don't know.
You never know.
You never know. There might be a fine ass little twink that crosses your way in WeHo, and you might look twice. You never know.
Exactly, that beautiful spectrum.
Right?
It's not, everything is about figuring out who you are.
And I love that you said
never
that, Justin,
too late.
because.
You
know how boys are usually more reserved when it comes to that stuff. Like, oh, we've got to be macho all the time. We can't just be like, you can't look at another man and say, wow, that's a good looking man. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing.
Well, I think that's a big reason why this relationship works is that he is very in touch with his emotions and feminine side and is able to relate to us. And I think, he does we all need to be strong individuals in order to make a strong throuple. But, we all have our bad days as well. And as long as, one of us is having a good day, then
help pick the other person up.
I have competition is part of the American spirit, but unfortunately it got baked into everything. in our society. And one of the things it shouldn't be is a relationship. It shouldn't be part of a relationship. And men in particular, in order to drive an economy forward, like everything can be a competition. You got to be the best. You got to be, and when you think like that, then all male thought is, well, he's not better than me. I'm bigger, I'm badder, I'm more macho, I'll cry less, I'll do more, I'll do whatever. Instead of a teamwork, or instead of being part of something, which is the antithetical to competition. So that can be scary, so like it's harder to have, it's harder for guys, I think, and especially in this American culture, to be like, no, teamwork. Because we've been fed everything. I'm
so true.
I'm 40, so like my generation was like, you got to be an individual, you got to strike out, you got to be the top and the leader. I'm like, well, the people who are really good at stuff, I'm noticing now, are the ones who are good at teamwork. So that's I think a key is we can't think of our lives as competitive or who has what, or and the more you get into that field, the more polyamory makes total sense.
Yeah.
So I know that you folks are open with your families, like you said, and so Katie and Justin were already double digits married. So the family was used to seeing you guys, holidays and all that kind of stuff. And then Claire gets in the picture. How do you come out to your family in this way? Like, how do you, I know that they're super supportive, but were you worried about how this was going to be presented to them? Did you practice? Did you have like a team meeting? All right, this is what we have to do.
Claire led the way. She was the first to come out to her family, and right away.
How was that for you?
My brother was just kind of like, yeah, that's totally makes sense. Like, nothing would shock me now. My brother just no sweat, and my mom was just kind of like, okay. And I was like, if you have any questions, you could totally ask me, and I'm totally open. And she was just like, well, they're married. I just don't really understand. And, so I tried my best to kind of explain polyamory and everything to her, and just seeing us together, she was just like, oh, well, there you go. So it just took one time of seeing us together, and she loves us and supports us just like their parents both do now as well.
And Claire was already friends with Justin's parents, so they already loved her and knew her.
She would come to
and they were trying to set her up with people, and we're like,
So yeah, I used to run a comedy club in the middle of where we all kind of grew up in Seattle, Washington, in the suburbs, and so Claire would come to the shows because she was a comedy fan, a concert fan. They'd have great concerts there, and I'd occasionally see her and be like, jeez, here she is. She's beautiful. And my mom would be like, the most amazing woman. Well, we have to make sure that she's taken care of and that she has somebody to take care of her. Should we put her on The Bachelorette? Or The Bachelor? And secretly, before we ever came out to my mom, we'd be like, no.
Yeah, and we had them all on our friends too, coming out to our friends. We had them all meet Claire and before we told them, to see how we were, just as the chemistry amongst the three of us. And once people saw us together, they just immediately understood, because the years of friendship and chemistry, and just the way that the three of us get along so well is so rare. It's rare to find that in one other person, but to find that in two other people, it's just, that's winning the lottery 3 times. So,
this one. Oh my God. Odor.
They're so cute. I love that. So, okay.
This keeps getting better and better. And this is my longest relationship.
Yeah.
And I'm just.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, okay. I've got to tell you, you can always feel the energy of people when you're in the same room with them, right? And so this is a little different that we're on a screen, but I can see the connection that the three of you have. You finish each other's sentences, you fix each other's hair, and it's not like forced. It just is, and it's freaky, but freaky dope. Like if you start an OnlyFans, I will subscribe.
Hey, yes. Now we have to seriously
it will be if there's an Only Jokes website. I would really love to create one, because I'll sell jokes first before we have to go into feed.
I got good feet.
Everybody has good feet. I'm not.
He has good bottom.
Wait, hold on.
Feet.
I do not have good feet.
Good bottoms.
I have Armenian feet. And if you know anything about the Armenian feet, are essentially hobbit feet, except with gold chains.
They're very large and
wide.
So,
Wide.
And black and white. I could totally see that. Okay, so now Claire is engaged to you both. And how long have you been engaged now?
So actually, I moved from Seattle down to LA in the end of September 2020.
Wow.
And on 11/27, they both proposed at our Friendsgiving, and they both got down on one knee. And obviously the greatest day of my life. And
did you get 2 rings?
Oh, what are you doing?
Oh my God! We didn't think about that. No, we need to get you another ring. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Sorry, Justin. Sorry, I was just asking.
I got a real good one. No, it was amazing.
Wait, hold on. That's not the ring that you originally had.
Yeah,
correct.
so this is the second version.
This is the second one.
This is the after winning the lottery one.
Yes.
Okay, so when's the wedding? So now is there going to be like another ceremony that you're going to have? Like, what's going to happen?
Yeah, we keep.
So we had a venue in Palm Springs, and unfortunately, just that kind of relationship.
Yeah, that venue didn't work out. So we were looking for a new venue, or it's always we're in flux. In that, like, we want to get married, we want to have everybody there for it, but we live in LA. Our families live all over the place. They live in Washington, they live in Palm Springs, they live in Utah, they live in, a ton of different places. We don't want to inconvenience anybody. Mm-hmm. We can't legally get married. Mm-hmm. Hold on, legally get married. We are all in a business together. Yeah. So in America, they care more about businesses than people.
Sadly.
So, we incorporated ourselves.
There you go. Yeah. So signing our business papers was nice. We will.
So we keep changing our mind about what we want to do. Do we want it to be? Because there's no guidebooks on Thrupple ceremonies.
And with Justin's career and so many things taking off, we're super focused on that right now. And there's lots of traveling, and we
might elope.
Spontaneous.
We like having no set rules.
Yeah.
I don't like rules.
I think
you like to go with the flow.
Yes.
I think one of the reasons we're the only people to ever be able to keep this one locked down is because we don't give rules. And
that makes me want to run away.
And I'm never going to say, please, don't do this as
he never has.
We'll find if something needs to be done, then we'll find the way that does it that isn't disruptive.
He's the most supportive man I've ever met, and obviously heard too, in my entire life, besides my late father. I'm like, is this guy for real? But then you meet his mom and you're like, oh my God, she's the greatest, sweetest.
It's my mom.
Most beautiful lady in the world. She's so lovely.
Yeah. Good relationship with his parents.
If she raised another male, it would have been I would have been an identical print. So it's just, that's what happens. She's a very empathic person, and you can't live with her and not feel other people that way. So it's,
I love that. I love that. And I love how perfectly you both, you just all kind of intertwine so perfectly. Like, I get, like, if I had to pick one of you that I am, I think that I vibe more, like, that I'm more like Claire, right? Like, if you smother me and tell me what not to do, you'll never get anything out of me. I'm not even seeing you for a second date, If you're calling me that same night, I miss you, oh shit, like, no, I'm not that lesbian, right? So I totally get it. Then when you meet other people that are they just let you be you. And that is why I love my wife now. She lets me be me. She knows I need my own space for my gay boys that don't include her. We can be in the same house, in different sides of the house, in complete silence. I know she's there. She knows I'm there, and we're good, How was COVID for you kids? You were still in Seattle then, right, Claire?
Yeah, I moved down in September. So we actually had a really cute story. When people weren't flying, we actually drove from Seattle and California, and we
met in the middle in Redding, California, at the cutest Airbnb.
It was amazing.
And they were like, "You guys family?" And we're like, "Yeah."
Yes, my sister wives.
Sister wives. But we kept meeting at this little halfway point. It was like
so precious.
Until we were able to move her, pack her up and move her.
But in true lesbian fashion, I said I wanted to move down on our very first date.
When we flew her down to LA,
she packed up that RV.
I was still in Syracuse on a comedy gig, and I get a call from Katie on FaceTime. She's like, "Well, here she is." And then she's like, "Hi." I'm like, "Well, she's gonna move here." I'm like, "Oh,
it's happening. It's already decided.
We're getting a dog."
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. The first time Claire and I met in person, it was just the two of us, and we had a date at the Santa Monica Pier, and it was just like love at first sight, just like how I felt meeting Justin. It was just instant.
Yeah, not awkward. It was just like we've always known each other. It was just an instant connection. We rode bicycles on the pier, and then she took me out to Pump Restaurant, which is closing soon. R.I.P.
Vanderpump.
And then Justin came home later, and then they took me to Hotel Roosevelt the next day. So you know.
Oh yes! Wow. Okay. And how was that? Like Justin, who was guiding for that first night at the hotel?
Was it?
If all things are being defaulted, then it's my job. If everybody just kind of looks around and we're doing this, then I go, "Oh, okay."
Mm-hmm. Again, you kind of feel each other out, right? That is why this makes so much sense, because you kind of feel each other without having to say too many words. Say yes.
I will say it depends on which situation. If we're out at a restaurant and we have reservations or don't have reservations, she goes up. Okay. Because the tall blonde
put the tall blonde in charge.
Katie's got it.
I don't know if you guys noticed that we had a reservation, and you're like, "Oh, and now we're in." If we don't get in and we did have a reservation, this one goes up.
We said Claire.
Excuse me. We had a reservation?
Yeah.
So I don't know what's happening here. If she gets mistreated, I send them to the car and I go, "We're going to have a special talk." This happened just the other day at a casino. Mm-hmm. We went to a casino and we have our little dog.
Yes.
We still go to casinos even though we won $1 million because
that can happen twice.
We split it with the guy who gave us the $100. So we didn't win the full amount.
Yeah.
We split it fully 50%.
We split it with the gentleman who gave us the $100 because it's like the Nicolas Cage movie. You got to do that. So I sent the two of them in and I sat in the car with the dog. Because I'm like, okay, they're going to go and they're going to gamble $100 to come back out. Maybe they win, maybe they lose. They come back out. Claire has won. And she's like, "Yay, I've won. Here's $100. Go into the casino. Now you go in." The two security guards at the casino see two very tall, very pretty women walk to the car where I've been sitting for 35 minutes. The second I get out of the car and go into the casino, the two security guards start bicycling around the car as a security threat.
Yeah, we were really threatening.
And then knocked on the window and were harassing them.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing here in the car?
Yeah, what's going on here? What's the deal? And because if they're holding hands like walking down the Golden Brick Road coming out. And so I get back in the car and the two of them just go, "These two decided," and I was like, the guy who I made eye contact with and nodded with for 30 minutes, they harassed me once I got out of the car.
He's like our chihuahua. He protects us.
Yeah, very chihuahua.
Yes, he is.
Because I went out and like, I would like to know the policy here. Because apparently it looks like you were just hitting on two women in a car. Because you saw me here for half an hour. Well, yeah. I was like, and I thought it was policy not to. Is it policy to harass women in a car? Well, no. And I was like, well, you want to apologize? No, I don't. And I'm like, well, I guess we'll just take our thousands of dollars elsewhere. It wasn't. It was $100.
It was $100.
That's the point.
He didn't know that. He didn't know that. It doesn't matter.
It escalates.
Exactly.
It escalates.
But we all have our roles in the relationship and to make it work. And she's the scheduler. I'm the coordinator, and Justin is the facilitator.
I love that. That's 3 strengths that make a perfect triangle.
Yeah.
That is you folks. I love that. Okay, so I'm gonna play a game with you kids. All right, let's play a game. All right, it's basically just it's easy. All right, so I'm just gonna say something like, which one of the thruple, right? Okay, and then you will point to the person that it signifies. If it's you, you raise your hand. All right, so like I'll say, which one of the thruple can't be trusted in Trader Joe's alone? Point at who?
Oh, me!
Trader Joe's. It's Trader Joe's.
Oh, Trader Joe's. Yes, I love Trader Joe's. Yeah, I can't be trusted.
I love Trader Joe's too.
We didn't say us another place. It's Trader Joe's. Then she can't be trusted.
Which one? Which one?
If it's what? Me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Trader Joe's.
Okay, which one of the thruple will forget to replace the toilet paper?
Oh, Justin, definitely.
Which one of the thruple will initiate sex the most?
Ooh. I would say, yeah, maybe.
Which one of the thruple cooks the most?
Justin, definitely.
Which one of the
It's all
thruple?
coming back.
We're not to be trusted in the kitchen, Claire and I.
Keep them out of my kitchen.
Yeah, definitely.
Which one of the thruple? Which one of the thruple plans your vacations? Nobody.
I like to bring up the general idea, but then she plans like, here's what we're
The
doing
hotel,
today.
the
We're going to go to
activities.
lunch here. We're going to go to this event, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. But I come up with the initial idea, and then she just kind of goes from there, which is amazing.
Okay.
It works.
Which one of the thruple is the neediest?
Oh, Justin.
Yeah.
He knows it. It's amazing. He's a Pisces, you know?
And nobody was like surprised, right? Nobody went, "Oh, not you, Justin."
No.
Nobody.
I'm the one who always goes, "Is everybody okay? We okay?
Oh,
we
my
all right?
gosh.
You all right?
Yes.
You good? Did I do anything
Are
wrong?
you sure you're okay?
Because I will make it okay, damn it.
You will.
I will make it okay. Yeah.
Which one of the thruple picks what you binge watch?
Claire.
Me
Claire.
a lot right now.
Oh, binge
Either
watch,
true
yeah.
crime
That's true.
or true crime
Or like 90 Day Fiance.
or 90 Day Fiance.
90 Day
Definitely not me.
Fiance. Oh my God. Justin, you like any of that trash TV? I mean, come on, it's entertaining.
No. Well, here's the thing. I
He
comment.
has no choice in the matter.
I comment like the two Muppets in the Muppet Show. Like, this is stupid. I hate these people. You know, like that.
But then he secretly loves
But then I do.
And he gets invested, and he's like,
I'm very
can't believe
invested
he's
in the
with her.
Vanderpump thing, and
Vanderpump Rules is one of our
Yeah.
big ones.
I'm very invested. But yes, if we had my decisions, it would just be 90s sitcom television.
we call them old man shows.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You know, it's so funny that you mentioned that because my wife is stuck on Archie Bunker lately.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and
All in the Family.
and most of that shit you can't even say anymore, right? Most of the
Right.
shit you can't
Well,
even say. So we just
It
sit there
reminds us
kind
of
of like,
a different time.
It's wild, right?
Yeah, man. You know what's really crazy about Archie too is that of all the people, that guy go back and look it up. He gave a PSA about if you hate somebody for who they are or the way they were born or the color of their skin or who they worship, you're the bad person. And I was like, what?
Oh,
Go back and look this
really?
up. Yeah, if you YouTube Archie Bunker PSA about
I love
inclusion, the point of that show, All in the
That's so
Family,
great.
was
Yeah.
they're coming into it. You know, even though it was hard to hear some of the stuff, that was Norman Lear's attempt. I think it was Norman Lear who made an attempt to be like, hey, It's got to be everybody here because there's not enough of everybody on television. So I mean, Archie Bunker's character, when he broke character and went, hey, if you treat people like Archie does in real life, that is not okay. And that's why we're doing it on this show as a joke. And you're like, good Lord, I remember that.
They have a PSA like every episode?
No, it was just the producers of that show understood that it was going to be the conversational piece that got people talking because it was comedy, you know? And it's always been a little bit of comedy that breaks the conversation open, whether it be Modern Families or Schitt's Creek.
And you do jokes.
Yeah, in my act about polyamory.
Yeah.
Because if you can laugh a little bit, then you know that I'm not judging. I'm seeing myself for what it is. We're seeing ourselves for what we are. And then people are like, oh, it's not a threat. You're not trying to push me. Mm-hmm. You're trying to share with me. And there's a difference.
Yeah.
And I think that comedy is kind of one of those secret little tricks that once people can share a laugh with you, they can actually see from your side because they
put
know.
Their walls down.
Yeah, they bring their walls down.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, maybe that's why we have our little jelly bean in the first place is because, you know, we were always able to laugh. And so, I mean, that's the reason, like, she used to come to shows. I think it was because I was funny.
More like he was cute.
I could have been cute. Back then, it was just
he's
cuteness.
the both, obviously.
So which one of the throuple would, no matter what, sing at karaoke?
Justin,
yeah. Old crooner
of course
style
he can
songs.
sing too. Of course he can sing too. He's really good.
Sinatra.
He can sing.
Look at my stupid hair. It has to. This hair says I have to do something postmodern. Right?
It's very Wolverine meets Frank Sinatra meets.
Very nice.
Oh, that's
You know,
good, yeah.
I'll take it.
Meets, Wolverine meets
I like
Frank Sinatra. Yes.
I like it. I'm quoting that. It's going to my
That's
bio.
really good, actually.
So which one of the throuple used the money that they got from the payout, right, in the best way that you think?
Well,
Everything is almost, 100% a team decision.
I'm not.
I
I'm
would
not
have
great
to
with
say
cash.
maybe paying off the debts.
Paying off debts is good. That's the first thing we did is immediately go.
Yeah, was a really great decision, and
I had student debt. I had a lot of student debt and a lot of credit card.
and we're trying to. We want a house
did not.
too. We want to put.
So Claire and Katie always had like great credit scores. And we're like, so when we get the money, they're like, all right, so who needs fixing things? And Katie's like, well, I got the one. And Claire's like, well, I got this little one. And Justin has this and this and this and this and this and this.
And this and this and this and this.
it's okay. It's so worth it.
So they are both very responsible and equitable and try to think about forward stuff. And I'm like, I don't know. So it's again.
No, but again, that's why it all fits together, though, Justin. Again, that is why it fits together. You know, where you live for today, the girls are like, well, let's think about tomorrow. You know, let's make sure that we're okay.
You need two strong women to counteract the fuck up of one man.
He said it. We didn't say it.
Oh my God. You know what? That's what I should tell my wife. I need two strong women.
Yes, you do.
Do you fuck up as much as the man? What's going on here?
Just about, Justin, just about. So, folks, the Thrupples are passionate about normalizing polyamory as a legitimate relationship style choice, and we love that here at the FayWhat Show. So, if you are ever in Bellflower, California, also, I got to tell folks that Justin Ruppel is going to be performing his comedy set on June 9th at 8 p.m. at the Stand Up Comedy Club in Bellflower. So, follow him on social media, and you can get all the information then as well. And check him out. He's a funny dude. He's making me crack up. I'd fly to Bellflower if I knew where the hell Bellflower was. I think it's somewhere in California.
Bellflower, know where it is.
By Long Beach.
Bellflower is just happy that it's called a city. And anything within Los Angeles County should just be called Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Anybody who's not, they're like, you're just looking for an identity. We all share it. We all have to own up to just being Los Angelinos. That's the way it goes.
Los Angeles.
No, you're in the perfect place. I'm telling you, if things get more south, I'm gonna be packing my little shit and be like, hey, Thrupple, want a foursome?
Just give us a call. Just give us a call.
You know, Justin, I think you're getting worse. I think you need 3 strong women.
That's a very good possibility. That's a good possibility.
You fit right in.
Thank you. You see, you need a dark brunette. Then you have all the color shades. You see?
That's right. See, right now we
Then we'll look like the United Colors of Benetton. It'll be beautiful. Clarence Thornhill, Katie Rupple, and Justin Rupple, thank you for being with us on the FayWhat Show. You guys are incredible. Thank you for taking the time out. Make sure you follow them on social media. Follow them on Instagram to find out what they're doing. They're always taking adorable pictures going somewhere. They're always at a baseball team or a basketball team or camping or some kind of weird crunchy shit they're always doing out there. And the pictures are always so cute.
Thank you so much.
I adore you. I'm wishing you all the best. Follow them on IG under Thrupples and Thrupple. Folks, follow me back, okay? I love you guys. Have a great time. I'll be checking in on you. Bye. So, did you enjoy the show? I know you did. So make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the events, news, or interviews right here on the FayWhat Show. Ring the bell at the bottom of the screen, right there, so you'll be alerted every time we're live. You can also click on the Happening Out Television Network logo so you can see all of the shows on the most diverse LGBTQ+ media network. Find out just what we're doing to bring the L and the G together right here on the FayWhat Show. Get the week started with me.